bringing to the stage one of my favorite people. We met on an Atlantis cruise so long ago, I wasn't drinking alcohol. And then she made me start drinking. And she's an enabler is what I'm saying. No, she's one of the funniest people I know. She's one of the best realtors here in Palm Springs. She's my friend, Shann Carr.
Give it up for that man. Was that the Wonder Woman? I couldn't even make it out. All right. So I want to say I've already had such a great time here, and the swag is cracking my ass up. It is so funny on today's. Did you catch today's on the table? For a smooth and easy close. And I saw a few girls trying to make a ponytail with the scrunchie. As a comedian, I just want to say I can work on your joke because it should be opening, not closed. That's the answer right there. I'm just saying. That's why I'm just saying, you know. I have done more than my share. I did 79 Atlantis cruises, so I've been to every white party. I've had every white party costume. And every convention like this has a couple of people that everybody knows who they are. So props to the bride and the guy in fur. Give it up to them. I have been everything you could physically be at a white party: a bride, a virgin, a Krispy Kreme girl, an angel, everything. Nobody was. Finally, after like 65 Atlantis cruises, it's all men and me. So I went as a tampon just to terrorize them. And all I did was wrap a towel around me from here to here and put a rope out that said super, you know? And they had no clue. They thought I was fishing for compliments. They're like, "You are super." Then when they figured out what I was, they went in the kitchen, they got ketchup bottles, they chased me around and squirted me. They threw me in the pool to see if I'd puff up. I've done so many of these conventions. I will tell you, if you haven't done it before, here is the recipe to survival. Cocktail water, cocktail breakfast. Repeat. I see you've already done that. I want to thank all the 110 people who came on my 2 sold-out bus tours on Tuesday. Thank you. And you know how realtors are kind of know-it-alls? They eventually stumped me. There's some beautiful carving that I don't know what it is on the Union Bank building. But there's all these people in the carving and one guy like this. So I said, that's so that tourists can stand next to it and go. So you didn't really stump me. You just kind of stumped me. There are so many real estate agents in Palm Springs. If you get pulled over, they ask for your real estate license. I'm not kidding. I've been a comedian for 36 years, and I'd never had a job. Real estate is the first job that I've ever really had. And when I first started, this friend of mine bought me a real estate breakfast with Barbara Corcoran. Now, I just have to say, a comedian has never been anywhere at 8 a.m. but an after party or an airport. And I was insulted when I realized it was 8 a.m., right? I just assumed it was a real event at nighttime. So I showed up there. I couldn't even speak. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't blink. I couldn't eat. And look, I can eat, right? But I was just not used to being dressed in real clothes out in public trying to learn things. And I was a little bit traumatized by it. And he's a pretty conservative guy. And he finally looked over at me, and I was just holding my fork and knife like a starving king or something, glazed over. And he goes, "How are you doing?" And of course, I wanted to laugh. So I forked into it, and I put it in my eye. And the strawberry exploded. And he snorted coffee across out of his nose. And he said, "Please don't ever sit next to me at one of these again." I said, "Please don't ever buy me a ticket to be in public at 8 a.m. again, ever, ever, ever." And now here I am. And I've been to the conference 3 times. This is my 3rd year. And I have to say, I took the Be Your Authentic Self a couple of years ago. And it changed how I thought I had to be some straight, inside-the-box person to be a realtor. And right now I have a radio commercial that says, if you're a client that's looking for a realtor who will actually say, "That house we just looked at looks like a drag queen got locked in there with a triple espresso and a hot glue gun," then I'm the realtor for you. And I have NAGLREP to thank for asking me to accept my authentic self. There are so many, as a comedian, I work so many gay conventions. Oh, I want to do these few things. A couple of the other tchotchkes, I'm not used to shutting up in 5 minutes. It's very hard for me to even start. So I'm with Better Homes and Gardens. I had not seen this swag yet, but it sticks to the back of your phone. So like, why lose just your phone when you can also lose your ID and your credit cards all at one time, right? And Wells Fargo has a sanitizer, which I find amusing as a comedian when the financial transaction gets tricky and there's blood on your hands. Look, you got something. And this one too, I'm mocking you not because I don't like your stuff, but because this is my job. Engel and Volkers when you don't really care. This Chrome ice cubes when you don't care about your front teeth, so I'm just saying. I've done 1,000 conventions, and there's always something else at the same time, not just our gay thing. So I did International Mr. Leather, and there was International Mr. Leather with 900 of us and a high school senior prom. And we got in the elevator to go up to the ballrooms where those two things would be, and the elevators went up with 10 of us leather people, and the elevator's doors opened up, and a prom couple was outside the door, terrified at the sight of us. We were equally frightened by the prom children, and the big leather guy reached through and grabbed the young lady by the shoulder of her gown and said, "Pink chiffon, I wore it to my prom too. Get in, girl, let's go." Thank you.
Shann Carr. Give it up for Shann Carr. Oh my gosh, we have traveled all over the world together, all over the world on 29 Atlantis cruises, and that's why she's fluent in Tagalog. Because all the help on the ships are Filipino, and they're all related to me. I would get notes on my pillow. Call your auntie Nena. I had Botox yesterday with my doctor. He lives here in Palm Springs. If you follow me on Instagram, all the info's there. I went with one of my best friends who I met here at NAGLREP at the very first time I came.